Hello dear all beautiful learners, welcome again here for joining another new class. We are connecting here with a new chapter today, that is chapter 9. Very first one is the nutrients. Nutrients absorption, uptake of the minerals and nutrients to the roots and root shear is this type of topics we will discuss here. Actually, very first one, the nutrients is actually, we know there are two. Look at here, nutrition and nutrients are totally different. Okay, the food stuff or elements we get from the we get anywhere, or plant get from any source. When the food stuff is uptaking there, that is the nutrition. Okay, and normally nutrients is termed as the minerals. Okay, like minerals. So what kinds of minerals actually going on through is there? The macronutrients, and another one is the micronutrients. So macronutrients is the basic and mandatory. It is basic and mandatory. That means since it is a plant, the plant needed to have absorb the macronutrients in them so that their physiological activities can be go on smoothly. That is very important, macronutrients. So how many macronutrients are there? We need to understand that one. 10. Actually macronutrients are going on 10. That is MGK, cafe. You know that this one also, cafe for nice chops. MGK cafe for nice chops. I just it is also given in your book in SSC examination also. The macronutrients, 10 macronutrients, how can we remember? MGK cafe for nice chops. Mg, magnesium, potassium, calcium, iron, nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur. So these 10 are termed as the macronutrients, and it is easily gettable and plant absorb this one. Okay, and it is must and basic and mandatory for having the physiological activities of the plant. And micronutrients, it is termed as the 7, is counting as the 7 micronutrients. We can write the manganese, zinc, molybdenum, sodium. We can write about this one, boron, copper, yes, and we can see also chlorine. Beside these, also some substance like connecting the aluminum is also. But micronutrients are these are needed to also have supporting elements, supporting nutrients for the plants. Just it is not mandatory, but also have connections. Sometimes you are no need of having any instrument, any necessary thing. Suppose 2 pen. Okay, I need 1 pen. By why I need 2 pen in me there in the exam time? Because 1 enough, no need to 1 also. But sometimes when it is having that, when you are going somewhere, falling down another one, or ink is completed, and then after I use to another one. So that is the matter. Okay, so micronutrients is also important for the plants when in need, or anything of shortfall, or any of that case. That times micronutrients is very important to support the physiological function, internal function of the plants. Okay, this is the common things we can think about that one. And roles, what are the roles played by the nutrients? Actually it is very important one for yes, electrochemical reaction. Electrochemical reaction is also the term, electrochemical reaction. We can see about that. For conduction, this one, yes, structural components. Structural components to active Then we can see about the stability of absorption, stability of absorption, and then we can write there enzyme and cofactor to regulate enzyme and cofactors. These are the common roles we can go through understanding about the nutrients. What the roles? Electrochemical reaction. Sometimes why it is coming that in all time we understand about the biochemical reaction, but here why it is electrochemical reaction. Actually why? Because this chapter is full of composed of lots of theory, hypothesis given by many of the scientists. Okay, so we will go through. Electro means electron. How can they release and receive electron and make the easy form of absorbing of anything, any of the elements. So electrochemical reaction to conduct by the nutrients. When we absorb nutrients, electrochemical reaction they conduct. Structural components to active. Some structural components, plant body are composed of lots of mineral by their own self. Okay, so they need to active them for doing the activities inside or functional activities inside the plant body. So it is needed to a structural component to active by the nutrients, function of the nutrients. Stability of the absorption. When plant absorb the minerals, any nutrients or water, so stability of the absorption to be enhanced. Because suppose some food carried by your parents to you, okay, so you are the very lovely daughter or son of your parents, so only you can take that food or the items. No, it will be distributed to your family. Though it is for you, you can also serve this one, like that. So nutrients, when after absorption, that means it will be distributed properly. Okay, distributed properly, and it is this is the stability for having the all kinds of nutrients towards the all parts of the body. To regulate enzyme and cofactors, sometimes different biochemical reaction to have incorporated for having that one to regulate their activities, to functionally active of their activities. So to regulate the enzyme and cofactors are the important parts, and they also regulate their activities, also the nutrients. So these are the common and general idea about the nutrients and the parts, main of that parts. Now we will go through availability. Okay, another one I want to say, yes, absorption. I will just make you understand at first absorption, then absorption. Okay, absorption. So we know there, my dear students, look at here. We know this is a root cap, and this one is the root here. I just try to make you mind like that. Short form, I just try to make you mind. Root here. This is the main root, and root cap. I just try to make you understand the absorption is also given in our book. So we will go through understanding about that one. At first need to understand. Okay, yes, who are joining? I have seen Jaima, Nujhat, yes, another 4 also joining. I hope so that Walaikum Assalam and everyone is getting this point what we discussed today. Yes, what is actually going on there? Okay, that is the important matters. Main root cap. At first I come here, suppose this is a soil layer, of course is there. Root cap can ensure ensure for not entrance any kinds of unwanted things to the roots, so that the cap. Okay, and now I want to say the water, this is the soil particles. If it is the soil particles, inside them the soil particles, there is a water is there. So water and minerals also be there in the soil, around the soil or inside the soil. Okay, soil pore we can see. So water and minerals also absorbed through the main root and also the root here. There is the way of the absorption. This is the absorption. If it is the root here, this is the process. Maximum times root cap cannot, because the lots of water and minerals cannot enter through the root cap. Okay, and root cap not allowed everything at a glance, but the lots of root here is there. So root here at that same time, what they did it diffusion plus osmosis. Diffusion plus osmosis process is going on there in them. Through this process, they are from the root and starting the shoot, they with the conducting tissue they carried out the minerals and nutrients or water. So sir, how we don't understand about the diffusion and osmosis process is going on there. Yes, there are two senses for understanding this point. First one is suppose the density of the water and minerals, this area is density. They can easily, water molecules in soil is easily and freely movable here and there. Since the root here is very congested place and having constant form, very constant form. Okay, so all the molecules here easily movable, but inside the root here not easily movable. So when they are outside of the soil, so the density is comparatively low, since they are moving easily, the molecules, water molecules, minerals or anything. Okay, the low density, lower concentrated area to comparatively higher concentrated area. Comparatively higher concentrated area is going on through the osmosis. And again, if you try to understand this thickness and this thickness is different and difficult. This type of study is also a very childhood stage for make you understand, just for absorption process. This one, thickness of it can ensure they have much space in them. Space, since their concentration is comparatively low than the root here. Root here is very constant and congested there, and comparatively it is also congested and constant, but comparatively with having a space and area. Okay, so they are comparatively concentrated area than the root here. So here it is going on through the diffusion. So diffusion is actually high concentrated area to low concentrated area, and osmosis is low concentrated area to high concentrated area. So osmosis and diffusion. Then the xylem is starting there. Xylem carry out this towards the leaves. In this way the minerals, waters, nutrients can carried out towards the leaves, and from them the phloem can carry out that one. So normally this is the absorption process. I think you understand the absorption, how absorb the plant nutrition. And there is also two kinds of absorption. I will make you understand. Accordingly we will go through understand active absorption, passive absorption, where the metabolic energy is not utilized, where metabolic energy is must and mandatory to be utilized. Okay, so that is the normal active. This is the normally it is happening. All the roots can having root, and root here can uptake the nutrients, minerals, so they can easily go upward, and absorption is done properly. Now we will try to understand availability of mineral salt in soil. Availability of mineral salt in soil. I think you understand this one. For making a short note, you can ensure this one. Okay, so about the absorption, how the absorption is going on there, it is for 2 marks question. 2 marks question I gave you. This is a SW of you. Then we will go through another points, another topics. Two marks question, absorption, how absorption is done inside the roots. Yasin Sabbir, walaikum assalam. Yes, very good to see all of you who are every day and every time connecting with me and with our class. Okay, now we will go through availability of mineral salt in the soil. Availability of mineral salt in soil. Availability of mineral salt in soil. Availability of mineral salt in soil. Yes, it is actually the dissolved stage and absorbed from with the colloidal substance. That means there is a dissolved state forming with colloidal substance. Forming with colloidal substance. Yes, and not only yes, there is actually colloid plus cation. It is then after exchange, availability exchange. That means they can now available to plants, available to the plants. Okay, and then we can say the important one thing there is it is done actually by ion exchange method. So there are two kinds of ion exchange method. First one is carbon dioxide theory. Carbon dioxide theory. So according to this theory, the carbon dioxide produced during respiration react with water in the soil. Carbon dioxide, water, they produce from respiration. Soil, they mixed with or react with soil. Yes, and carbonic acid to produce carbonic acid. This is the carbonic acid. Produce the carbonic acid, and in the form of H plus HCO3 minus bicarbonate form. This ion is attached to the colloid and exchanged with hydrogen ion. That means this ion plus colloid and exchange hydrogen ion. Okay, I will make you understand, right, my dear student. First, yes, anions are exchanged with bicarbonate ion. Okay, anions are exchanged by bicarbonate ion. So root here absorb cation and anion. So my dear students, look at here, carbon dioxide theory, very important. It is yes, in the book it is very typical to understand, but what I have written, I will make you understand. It will be very easily gettable to you. Okay, so by the look at here, just remember, try to make concentration here. By the respiration process, carbon dioxide is produced, and from soil water is available. this carbon dioxide and water react together to form carbonic acid, and carbonic acid in the form, one is the cation, another is the anion, hydrogen ion plus bicarbonate ion. Okay, this acid, this carbonic acid, when react with colloidal substance, what we actually make you before in there, colloidal and cation exchange with hydrogen ion. That means this acid, the hydrogen ion exchange with the colloidal substance and make it alpha. And whatever anions also exchanged by, that means any kinds of anion, if it is there, anion means what we say, the negative charge bearing substance. Okay, so cation replaced by anion and anion replaced by bicarbonate ion. This ion replaced, then after when they replaced, they will be gettable and absorbable. Cation and anion form that will be absorbed by the plants. I will make you understand once again. From respiration, carbon dioxide produce, soil, water, they react together to form bicarbonic or carbonic acid, and this carbonic acid, hydrogen and bicarbonate ion. Okay, cation exchanged by hydrogen ion and anion replaced by or exchanged by bicarbonate ion, and in this way root and root here absorb this cation and anion after replacing an absorbable format. Okay, I think carbon dioxide theory you understand. It is very easily I make you understand. Okay, my dear students, this one. And another one is actually second one is contact exchange theory. We will go through understand about the contact exchange theory. Second one, I think this one is ion exchange method. Is two ion exchange method. One is the carbon dioxide theory, and another one is the contact exchange theory. Second one, contact exchange theory. Contact exchange theory. Yes, of course, this theory, the ion attached to the colloid particles are not fixed. That means ion plus colloid. This is not fixed, not stationary. Not fixed and not stationary. In this case, they vibrate the small space. Actually, rather they vibrate the small space. Okay, these ion vibrate in the same manner on the root surface. Small space in the root surface. Yes. In this way, different ion get overlapped. A cation get exchanged with another cation. Okay. So here, ion, specifically cation, replaced or exchanged and absorbable for roots. Yes. So in very short form, my dear students, in very short form, very short way, I just try to make it mind that absorbable for roots, how it is going on through contact exchange theory. Ion plus colloid. So ion plus colloid not fixed. They when ion mixed with the colloid, this is not fixed and not stationary. Okay, not fixed and not stationary. But look at here, contact exchange method. Here, any kinds of ion with the colloidal substance, when mixed together, that is not fixed and not stationary for long time, this ion can vibrate the small space into the root surface. Where the root surface, we have seen this root surface, they are vibrate, and this ion always mixed with the colloidal substance. It is not fixed. That means in one place they will fix. No, not stationary. No, they can vibrate each other. Vibrate on the small space in the root surface. And when they are vibrating there, the ion can be exchanged and absorbed by the roots. In this way, contact, that means the ion come contact together here, root here and in there, so they can be exchanged on that specific parts. In this way, the contact ion exchange method can be done. I hope so you understand these two methods. If you don't understand, please go through the video after publishing once again, and we will discuss another new topics in the next class. Hope so it will be better understanding. That's all about today, my dear students. Take care everyone. Allah Hafiz.